Raisins.
So the name that I go by is Winter. That is not my full name, but that is the stage name that I use.
My name is Garrett Smith, and I do rhythm guitar.
I'm Donnie. I am the drummer for the Seventh Son band.
For Seventh Son, I am the singer, lead guitarist, and occasionally a keyboardist. Prior to being in Seventh Son, I had not played in any sort of band or anything like that. How it started was I really did not like being told what to do or instructed what to do. I wanted to figure it out for myself and understand how it works. So freshman year, that's when I started piano, and I just continued doing that. And junior year, I started to pick up guitar. I didn't really jam with anyone till my senior year, so when I was about 18. I had some musical friends. I didn't play with them a whole lot my freshman year, but moving into my second year, my friend Garrett got a house, and he also bought a drum set from a thrift store that was maybe about $70 total. I became much more comfortable with drums, much more comfortable with bass, got better at guitar, got better at keys. That's where the journey of Seventh Son really starts.
There was one night where we spent in this room just like 5-6 hours straight, just trading back and forth between me on drums, him on drums, me on guitar, him on guitar, or him playing keys and me playing drums, and we just felt unstoppable. Yeah, I think when something works, or something is just what it needs to be, there's an instant just stank face to each other like, oh yeah, we gotta keep that 100%.
Really, it was just Garrett and Winter playing guitars together, and it was only after Garrett bought the drum set where I was like, I mean, I know a little bit of drums, it's not drum set, but I want to try it out. So we'd have nights every Friday and Saturday night, like we'll have some people over, and towards the end of the night, which probably upset a lot of our neighbors multiple times, like probably at midnight, we just jam. Like there was no consistent, like there was no songs or anything. We just kind of look at each other, feel each other, and just move on to different patterns. So yeah.
I think that what happens is someone has an idea for either a progression or a riff, and one thing Hayden and I have been trying to work on is I feel like oftentimes we'll come up with something we really like and we're like, okay, this is a verse. When in reality, sometimes it could be a chorus, or we just kind of immediately find the centerpiece of the song and then build stuff around it.
Ultimately, you can start with whatever. Some songs we've started with drums, some songs we've started with bass, some is just a riff, and others a chord progression idea. From there, you need to know how to cultivate that seed and really explore a bunch of different options to start to grow it into an actual tree. In this case, that would be more of a song or an album. So typically how we go from this seed is if it's a chord progression, we'll start messing around with like, how would we structure this? What kind of melody would be played over this? How would the drums sound? And just really exploring every different option. There is no bad idea. The number one thing that is important for a music writer, for a listener, for just really anything music is surprise. That is the number one thing that is important. If you hear a groove going for 8 measures, right? Most listeners by the end of those 8 measures are like, okay, I'm bored. What else is there? Like there's nothing catching me off guard here. So really understanding how to work with that principle of surprise and utilize it to your benefit.
You know, I think creating not short but very concise and straight to the point songs are important. Placing fast-paced songs, we have a few rock songs actually, their placement is very important in the set list.
Okay. So for the set list here, there's more than meets the eye. Ultimately what it comes down to is I'm here to put on a show. I'm not here to play a collection of songs. And I think really working that into a set list is essential. The more time people can spend grooving and the less time people spend just standing around awkwardly waiting for something to happen, the better.
Hayden especially, and he's got me on the train, we try and make sure that the changes between songs are as seamless as possible, and if that means rearranging the set to where one song that starts on a certain chord complements the way that another song ended, then we'll automatically put that together. We try and think about sort of energy levels in the audience throughout, so we'll have some of our slower songs or songs that we're just most proud of first, and then in the middle and towards the end we'll have something that, you know, like oozes energy and really gets people going. And we definitely put a lot of intentional effort into how we're, you know, crafting the set list up.
I really think, for me, one of maybe two purposes I have in life is genuinely music, and so I'm going to pursue this no matter what in some sort of capacity. So I would like Seventh Son to continue as long as possible, start releasing music, start touring, and doing the whole shebang with the band.
I think I want to just keep getting better. I really think that Hayden and I will stick together for a long time, as long as possible. I really enjoy making music with my friends and hanging out, aside from just like practice, you know, just jams and rehearsing. It's kind of cool. It's like when you're growing up and parents are taking your mark on the wall to see how tall you are. You can look back at a video from half a year ago and say, wow, I've really come a long way, and it doesn't even feel like I've been doing that much to make that happen. So I just assume that just like 2 years ago I couldn't do a lot of the stuff I do now, that in 2 more years I'll be very impressed with myself. So I just trying to make myself better.